Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Irene, and in today's video we're going to be comparing two bags, one of which is the LOEWE mini puzzle bag, which you guys, if you've seen my videos before, you know I love and adore, and the other one is the NANO SPEEDY. So if you're interested to see the differences, the pros, the cons, just a comparison of these two bags, then let's get straight into this video. Start off, these are the two bags in question today that we are really talking about and delving right into. I just wanted to quickly show you guys like a comparison of the size. Holding it up to my face right now, you can see that they are very similar in sizing. If you take a look at this, like width-wise, length-wise, even height, like they're very comparable in their sizing. The one difference is that you can see the LOEWE is more square or rectangular shaped, whereas the NANO SPEEDY is more of like it's tapered at the top, whereas it is more square at the bottom, but tapers towards a point at the top here. That would affect a little bit of its capacity for sure. And then you can take a look. They both have top handles, which I love myself, a good top handle bag that also can function as like a crossbody or shoulder bag, which this bag also has the strap for. It's just tucked inside the bag right now. It's just easier to show you guys with the long straps tucked inside for now. We'll talk about the straps later. So here are the two bags, and neither of them have feet on the bottom, but they do have a top handle. The LOEWE only has that one, obviously, and then the NANO SPEEDY has these two right here. They are both such spacious bags for the size, and I know you guys probably hear this all the time, but truly with the amount that it holds a lot more than you would think. If you guys see me looking down on my phone, I do have notes for these. I just don't remember everything off the top of my head, but we're gonna start off with pricing. This is the LOEWE mini, and it is currently retailing for 3,400 Canadian dollars at Holt Renfrew. If you were to order this from the actual LOEWE website, it's actually going for more than that. Like, it starts at 3,850 and then it goes up depending on what variety you get. If you get the tricolor, if you get, like, you know, there's slight different variations that they come out with. So on the LOEWE website, I find that if you were as a Canadian ordering from the LOEWE website, it's definitely always more expensive. I always try to opt to go in person to buy these bags in store, either from Saks or from Holt Renfrew. Now for the NANO SPEEDY, we have it coming in at 2,460 Canadian dollars before taxes, obviously. For this specific version, this is the monogram version with the Vachetta leather. However, they have recently come out with, I don't know how recent, but like not too long ago, they have come out with other variations of this bag that are not necessarily in the canvas, this coated monogram canvas. They have a denim one that I've found online that is going for 3,050 Canadian dollars before taxes. And so there's a few varieties, but I'm just going to talk specifically about the two that I own. So this one is 2,460. This one is 3,400 from Holt Renfrew, and we're just gonna go from the cheapest price that we can find right now. Now for the dimensions, specific dimensions, because I was holding it up earlier for you guys to see, but for specifically, we're going to look at the dimensions here. In inches, this bag is 7 inches across, 4.9 inches in height, and then 3.1 inches in depth here, okay? Whereas for the NANO SPEEDY, we have it coming in at 6.3 inches in length, so slightly shorter, 0.7 inches shorter than the puzzle. And then we have it at 3.9 inches tall, and then 3 inches in width. Honestly, their width is almost exactly the same. This is 3.1 inches, this is only 3 inches. The height, this one is definitely a little bit taller. They measure this one at 4.9 inches in height from the top to the bottom, whereas the NANO is measuring at 3.9, just under 4 inches. So you can see this one is definitely slightly smaller, but when you're looking at it like this, they look very similar. Now moving on to the strap length of both of these bags, as you can see, both of them have a long strap that you can attach and detach, so they are both removable. The difference is the puzzle, the puzzle here is not an adjustable strap, so it's just one long piece of leather that you cannot adjust the length of, unfortunately. That is one big thing about this bag for me. But so what I have done is, you can see I've looped it around the top handle here just to shorten it when I do carry it. Versus the NANO SPEEDY, where they do have this buckle here where you can adjust the different lengths on this. So that's one big difference between these two, is they both have removable straps, but this one is not adjustable. Now the max length for the strap drop for the LOEWE is definitely a lot longer than the NANO SPEEDY. This puzzle bag, the maximum drop length is 40.6 inches, which is very long for me. And then for the SPEEDY, we have the maximum strap drop at 21.3 inches. I mean, I don't feel like it's that big of a difference. One's 40 and that doesn't seem right. Because, okay, so I have it adjusted so that they're relatively the same length. Oh, I guess, I don't know, that doesn't seem right to me. I might have to look again. Because those are the numbers I got from the website. And I'm sorry if the lighting's coming in and out. It always does that with this camera when I am holding things up and showing the camera things. It starts to do funky things with the lighting. I'll show you guys what this looks like on my body real quick here. It's gonna be kind of hard. It's a tight fit here because I have my shelf behind me. And oh, I guess you guys will see that I am expecting my second from the Mod Shots here. This is something I have not even announced on my Instagram or anything, but here is the LOEWE worn crossbody on my body. I am 5'4", and obviously it looks a little bit distorted right now because this is not usually here, but you can kind of get a general idea of how it fits on me. And then if I was to wear it on my one shoulder, it looks like this. And yeah, it's a really good length for me. I could shorten it even more by, again, doing more of these wraparounds around here. There are people who go and they braid this a certain way to shorten it so it's a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. I just haven't learned it, and I just too lazy, and I'm also a little bit scared to damage the leather by braiding this. Whereas we have the NANO SPEEDY that looks like this, and this one definitely fits very well on my frame. I love the strap length on this. I do have it adjusted, I think, to the longest strap here right now, so you can adjust it to make it shorter, but I like it this length because I tend to wear this one crossbody when I do wear it and take it out. It's just very carefree, very comfortable, and it looks like this just worn across, I mean, on one shoulder. So it looks just like that. Super cute, very light. I would say that this bag is definitely lighter than this one. This one is full leather. The interior isn't. The interior is like a textile lining. And this one is also an interior textile lining, but at least the outside it's very light because of the canvas, and there's only a few pieces of leather really to accent. Moving on to what fits inside each of these bags, I'm gonna put in some everyday essentials in here that I would carry around, and we'll just like take them and put them into the other bag afterwards. In front of me, I have my Chanel Mini O case, so I use this as like a card holder slash receipt collector type of thing. So if I were to put this in first, it would fit in. If I was to put it in after I started putting everything else in, it wouldn't fit. So there it is. It fits really well. My next essential would be my actual wallet and car keys. This is just the key pouch from Louis Vuitton. Next up, I would probably bring like a powder compact. This is a Chanel one. This is the sheer powder, Healthy Glow Sheer Powder, I think it's called. I could put in hand cream, lip gloss, eye drops, blotting powder perhaps, and I could probably fit more things on top. As you can see, the bottom is pretty filled, but there's still a top layer where you can put in a bunch of like random like lip gloss, lipstick, travel perfume. Uh-oh. We'll try that again. Travel perfume. Oh my gosh, my arm's getting tired. But that all fits in there. I could even fit in this Chanel balm, this highlighting thing that they make. And all of that fits in there, and it zips up very well right in there. I should probably show you guys if it would fit my phone. This is an iPhone 11 Pro, okay. So I have my iPhone 11 Pro. It's obviously not the biggest thing, but if you compare it to the size of my head, like that's how big it is. I would have to take out some of these things to try to fit this in here, but it fits a phone no problem. It's just that I kind of stuffed this full before I considered putting it in there, which was not very smart of me. But if I put my phone in here, it fits in there, no issues whatsoever. So I love this bag because it fits so much, and it's a workhorse. So let's take what's in here and throw them into here and see what fits in here. So from here, I'm gonna obviously do my phone first. The phone fit very easily into this bag, especially if I don't have it jam-packed full of stuff to begin with. When I try to transfer it into this bag, you're gonna see that I have to, I can't put it in straight like this, okay? I have to angle it like that. It fits in here, but you have to angle it in order to position it correctly in. Next up would be, let's try the mini O case. I don't know if the mini O case would fit in here from Chanel. Let's see. If I angle it, I have things falling off my desk. Yeah, if you really force it, you could. I'm not gonna force it, so I'm not gonna put this in there. So just keep that in mind. It does fit slightly smaller items. Bigger items might not fit in here compared to the puzzle, the mini puzzle. My keys, I know for a fact fit in here, no issues. So let me just kind of show you guys. I don't know even if you guys can see that anyways, but I've got those things in there right now. The compact from Chanel fits in here. I should hold this up a little bit higher. Blotting papers, sorry. And then I also have eye drops. And really, that's what was in here. I obviously took out the mini O case, and I had taken out a few of these things, these little miscellaneous personal care items. So I can try fitting in more, and there's definitely room for it. Let's put in that perfume, lip gloss from Summer Fridays, lipstick, hand cream. Like, it fits a lot in here. I can put in another lip gloss, like this Chanel stick, highlighter stick, and all of that would fit in here. As you can see, it is small but very, very mighty. So I think really the biggest difference between these two in terms of capacity is that the LOEWE puzzle mini, the LOEWE mini puzzle can fit like slightly larger, chunkier items versus this guy. You can fit a lot still, but if the item itself is a little bit larger, it will not get into this opening here, which is a little bit more narrow. But in terms of small items like hand creams, lip glosses, lipsticks, those little things that you would carry around with you, it can fit tons of it in here. I have it so full, so yeah, I've taken these 3 things out, and like if I continue taking out everything, like I have so much in here. The powder compact, blotting papers, Summer Fridays lip gloss, my phone, sorry it's greasy, it's always greasy, especially when you have a toddler, car keys and wallet, and then eye drops, and then the spray perfume, and that's what fits in here. That is actually quite a bit. So yes, these 2 bags can hold so much for their size. They're perfect for on the go, and if you don't carry a lot of stuff with you, I love these. I don't technically carry a lot of stuff, especially for myself. For my child, for my baby, I do carry more things. Obviously, she has actually her own backpack. I use a Longchamp backpack for her to carry her snacks, her diapers and stuff like that. And then I usually like to carry a small mini bag with me just to carry my own stuff. So my car keys, my wallet's always on hand. I don't have to find her Longchamp diaper bag that I use. So it's convenient that way. These two are such amazing bags in terms of capacity. They both have zipper closures, which is very good for security. The LOEWE zipper is definitely more concealed under this leather flap, okay? And it's a very smooth leather. The opening, I find there's no issues with the opening. In fact, I find this opening easier to use than the NANO SPEEDY, because the NANO SPEEDY, even though it is an exposed opening, the opening is definitely smaller because they didn't extend the zipper past the sides. I guess there's really not a whole lot of room for them to do it. Because the zipper has to stop right here, it definitely limits the size of the opening here. Although I don't find it difficult to get in and out of it, and the zippers don't hurt my hands. It's just ever so slightly more limiting. Now I would like to quickly throw in, if you are a girly who likes to bring like a little planner with her, this is the small size of the Agenda, basically, from Louis Vuitton. It does not fit in this bag here. So if it doesn't fit in this LOEWE, it will not fit for sure in the NANO SPEEDY. This is where it's stuck at. So it does not fit this planner in there if you are curious, because I mean, I can see why you'd be thinking it might potentially fit. I wasn't even sure myself, but yeah, it does not fit this here. Just for further comparison, I have my mini pochette from Louis Vuitton here, and you can see the size. So if you do own a mini pochette, the sizing is really not too far off from the sizing in terms of width with this NANO SPEEDY. Obviously, the depth wise, it's definitely a huge difference, and this NANO SPEEDY is slightly taller. But just to give you an idea of how long this bag is, it's not too far off from the mini pochette. And then if I was to use the mini pochette to compare to the LOEWE puzzle, the LOEWE puzzle definitely has a little bit more on it in terms of height, length, and obviously depth here, but just for comparison's sake. Now let's go over my final thoughts and overall pros and cons that I have for each of these bags. I love both of these bags dearly. I have to say I do use my LOEWE much more than I reach for my NANO SPEEDY. My NANO SPEEDY, there's some pros and cons. Let's just get into it. So the pros of the LOEWE is that it is a very quiet bag, I would say. Like doesn't have loud monogram all over. Unlike the NANO SPEEDY, the NANO SPEEDY, as you can see, has quite large LV not embossing, but like the monogram everywhere. And so it's very loud. If basically anybody who sees you out in the street carrying this will know what this is. Versus this bag, it's very just understated. Okay, so there's the one pro of this one, there's the one con of this one. A con of the LOEWE puzzle is that the strap, like I mentioned earlier, is not adjustable. So it doesn't have any notches for you to adjust the length. You will have to either figure out a way to braid the strap and then attach it to the bag, or do what I do and kind of wrap it around the cord here, which then kind of off kilters the bag just ever so slightly depending on how many times you wrap it around the top handle. So that's one of my biggest cons for this bag. Now obviously this bag right here, the NANO SPEEDY, does come in at a cheaper price point. This one, 3,600, what is it? Let me find it on my notes. 3,460 before tax Canadian. This one is 3,400 before tax. Did I say 3,000 or did I say 2,000? This is 2,460 in case I said it wrong. 2,460, 3,400. Huge price difference. And honestly, if you're really on a budget and you're really debating between the two, maybe the cheaper price point is the better way to go. Obviously, this is a pro in that sense that this definitely comes at a cheaper price point. As I mentioned earlier, the zipper openings, this one does have a tighter zipper opening, so it does take a little bit more effort, and it does limit a little bit in terms of the items that you're able to put in put in it, especially with bigger items. What I love about the Nano Speedy is that the straps are removable, adjustable. There are some vachetta pieces on here, and I know a lot of people feel the same way about vachetta or vachetta as I do. Like, I get nervous with this leather because it is technically untreated, but this bag is actually, it comes pre-treated ever so slightly. If you compare this leather to like the vachetta that's found on a Neverfull, for instance, a brand new Neverfull, that leather is so light colored, so cream colored. You will notice that this definitely does have a like golden sheen to it already, like an overall coloring, because they have slightly pre-treated it. So it definitely gives me a little bit more ease of mind, makes me feel better when I'm wearing it, that I'm not having to worry as much about water stains and things like that on the vachetta pieces. Whereas on the LOEWE, it's literally all just leather that's been treated, so I don't have to worry about it. Like, I've carried this bag in the rain. Obviously, I'm not going to douse it in water, but a little bit of rain doesn't hurt, and you just need to dab it off with like a clean towel, and it has nothing on it. There's no signs of wear and tear, and this bag has held up so well over the couple of years that I've had it. I've used it religiously every summer. Finally, what do I think you should get if you are debating between the two? It really comes down to what your preferences are and obviously your budget. The budget friendly version would definitely be this bag right here if you're really torn between the two. And if all the other things I've mentioned, the pros, the cons earlier, doesn't really faze you with this bag, I would go for the budget friendly option. Also, Louis Vuitton is also very well known to be very popular in like the resale market. So if you ever decide to change your mind or you want to let go of this bag, you have a very good chance of getting rid of it. Mind you, LOEWE, the brand itself, has skyrocketed to fame. It's become a much more well-known brand compared to a few years earlier. They're starting to definitely become a little bit hotter in the resale market as well. But budget friendly, I would definitely go with this one. Also, do you like the loud monogramming, or do you prefer the more quiet, understated beauty that this is? I hope you guys found this video comparing these two bags helpful for you guys, and hopefully it's helped make your decision if you're deciding between the two a little bit easier. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have a preference. Which one do you guys prefer? And if you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I would really appreciate your support, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!